Well, hello, people. Hello. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whatever time this is. What up, what up, what up, what up? All of that good stuff. Shondo's in and throughout the building. What's up, people? I am here today. We're doing an interview. We interview around these parts. We interview like no other around these parts. We interview a whole lot of famous people, famous actors, people in and out of Hollywood. And today we're doing an exclusive interview today.
Not exclusive.
Exclusive. Um, we'll be interviewing this young man right here by the name of Roshane. And he is from the show Real Life and Philanthropy. If you remember, we reviewed this show last season. We reviewed from episode one all the way through all parts of the reunion that went left. Where I thought I was watching another installment of The Exorcist because I just knew somebody was possessed by something from the ninth level of hell. Anyway, hey everybody in the chat. I hope you all enjoy. I hope you all engage with us in this conversation. But we're gonna have a lot of fun and laughs and everything. You got a drink over there, so you ready to go?
I do. Well, I got the whole bottle right next to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Horrible. I ain't mad at it. Go ahead for the
yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm
All
doing a
right.
Wendy Williams interview. I feel like you're like the Wendy Williams of YouTube. Like,
No, absolutely not. Barbara Walters. You
oh
could
no,
have gave
baby.
me it,
Wendy,
Wendy.
you're definitely Wendy. But that's a good thing. Wendy, she's very entertaining. You know, she's messy, but people like that. People like
I don't.
entertaining and messy.
I'm not really messy. I just make observations. Matter of fact, speaking of which, since we will be discussing this show, let me get all of my stuff that I'm gonna need because
Oh
y'all know
Lord,
I review this show. I have to have all my masks available. Y'all know I had to don several masks in order to get through.
yes. Every review you had a mask on.
That, so let me get all of my masks ready. Hey, hey, Miss Bay Thing. Hey, Jason. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Dariana. Everybody in the chat. Just say hey to everybody in the chat as you
Hey, how you doing? Hey, everybody.
so. Anyway, man called me Wendy. Well, this about to go south.
That's a
Then.
good thing. That's a really good thing.
Anyway,
She has what the #1 talk show. I mean, that's a good
so
thing.
yeah, I got my masks and stuff
Oh
ready.
Lord.
Surgical masks and all. To get
Mm.
too out of order.
I'm gonna be
Anyway,
good. I promise. I'm gonna be a good boy.
so let's start off. I always start off with this question. Give us your Wikipedia blurb. If we do a Wikipedia search of you, what is it going to tell us in that small little paragraph blurb that they write on the Google? What would it
Probably
say?
that I used to do a little bit of porn back in the
Oh,
day.
wait,
I'm I'm
we
playing.
started
I'm
right off
playing.
this
I'm playing.
Final Jeopardy.
I'm playing.
Okay,
No, no, no. I never. No, I'm kidding. I've never done porn.
why
Well,
we don't believe none? I don't believe no parts of that now. When you start off telling me you did porn, there is some. There's a video somewhere across the fruited plains surfing around Al Gore's good internet with your peen or booty hole all over
well. I
the
mean, we
screen.
all have videos. I'm in my early 30s. I've lived like but no face, no face, no case. So, but to answer your
Let me
question,
go ahead and put on my first mask now. I'm already having to start. I got the first mask on. And the first question, I was told you do porn. Hey, what
I'm
is this
drunk.
out here?
I'm drunk. Don't mind me.
We're already going downhill from question one. But I'm here for it. This is the house of debauchery. So we're here for all things debauchery.
But to
Anyway,
answer your question, if you're to do a Google search on me, you probably see that I'm from Florida. Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida would pop up. You probably see the
what school you go
college,
to in Fort Lauderdale?
huh?
What school did you go to in Fort Lauderdale? That'll tell
So,
me
wait, you talking about college or high school?
high school.
I went to Boyd Anderson High School in
BA.
Lauderdale.
Oh, you went to BA.
Wait, wait, you're from Florida?
I'm
Fort
from
Lauderdale?
Miami. I'm from Miami.
Oh, 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 wow. Okay, I did not know that. I thought
I
you was
am.
from Atlanta.
No, dear God, you are disrespectful.
I thought you was an
You
Atlanta
are,
girl.
you are very disrespectful. I am a. That's why I'm a different breed. I don't
Me
do.
too. So you're a
Yeah.
Florida orange, like me.
I born and raised in the county of Dade. I went to
Period.
Miami Central Senior High School, home of the Mighty Rockets. I got some
Okay.
friends who went to BA.
Who?
And I got some friends who went to BA. So
BA is a good school. It has a bad reputation at times, but it's a good school, I think.
mm, whatever you got to tell yourself. Anyway, so you a Florida boy. You're a South Florida boy. So that means I kind of know the mentality. I know, because I know, and especially being from Broward, y'all are a little bit smidge different from us Miami people, but not too tough. We still, y'all, we're all inclusive. But if we were home, we would know the real differences between Dade and Broward. But for Atlanta people, we all the same.
I
Anyway,
feel like Miami is like the older sister and Broward is like the little cousin. That's what I feel.
all right. So, what has it been like filming season two?
So season 2 has been crazy. I remember when me and Malik we first met up. meeting everybody, I was like, wow, everybody seems really nice. This is gonna be like a sisterhood of the traveling pants moment. We're all just gonna get along and do philanthropy work. But I was completely wrong. I feel like everybody definitely understood the assignment. They brought the drama, they brought the philanthropy. And a lot of the girls are just really messy. Like, they're really messy. But everybody, I would say, understands the assignment.
Well, let's talk about that. You came into season one late.
I did.
Like, if you go back and watch season one, you came in like the last maybe 3 episodes or
I
so.
did, yeah.
And so, um, how did that happen? Like, what were you supposed to be in from the beginning, or did something happen? And they were like, well, we got to throw the Apollo girl off and get a new girl on. Because remember, there was that whole thing where Apollo went on Imani's show
No,
and you
that was Xavier.
know,
Xavier went on.
huh? No, not
Xavier.
Apollo. Sorry, it was
Xavier. He went on her show.
Xavier. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Apollo, not you. It was Xavier. Xavier went on Imani drug production, and production said, "Well, that's it. You're gone." And so I guess they had to fill a spot. I thought it was going to be Apollo. It ended up, I guess, being you, because Apollo, we saw, had to go to, the Catholic priests to get exorcise demons exorcised out of him. Because, dear God, the power of Christ compels you.
Leave Apollo alone. That's my baby. I love Apollo.
He probably is a real nice person, but
He
if you go back
is.
to that reunion,
I know that reunion was a lot. Imagine being there. That reunion. We filmed that reunion in March, and we're in November, and I still get nightmares from that reunion. It was a lot. I don't know what's gonna happen. I thought we're all gonna die.
all I
It was
got
just a
to
lot.
say is you gave me one of the most classic moments in any reality show during that reunion, where you turned over and looked at that young man and said, "No, brush it off your nose." I said,
I
"Bitch,
knew you was gonna bring that up.
bitch, tell him to rub the coke off his nose."
It
Oh,
wasn't Coke. It was not Coke. So I knew you was gonna bring that up. So Apollo had like these granola bars with him or whatever, because we're supposed to be there for the whole day. So he had went in the like the other room and he was eating it. And when he came out, he had like crumbs like right here. And it was very obvious. I was like, you got a little bit of crumb right here. But then people in the comments was like, oh, he's doing coke, and Rose over there telling him. I'm like, wait, what? But I guess the way how it all played out, it did look like that, but it wasn't coke or any drugs. It wasn't. Well, I don't think it was any drugs. I didn't see anything with my own two eyes, so yeah.
a likely story. Child.
What, you don't believe me?
You got to follow people's actions and behaviors. Now you can tell me one thing, but when you look at the fact that when Mama came from out that bathroom, she went from here to now she's back here and under control and everything is okay. And I was like, what the hell? Like,
I think he was just having a mental breakdown. I know 2020 was really hard for him. So what Gerald and Jerome said just really triggered him, and he just went
the
off. Like, he
wrong triggered,
just,
but that's a whole nother story.
yeah, that's a
And
whole other story.
I called Jerome out for I think episode 1 or 2 for his fuck shit. Like, who is it? Anyway, moving on. Is it better or worse for you now, being able to be there from the beginning? Like, would you rather be like, nah, just stop me at the end so I don't have to deal with this much fuck shit? Or is it better starting from the beginning where you can see the seeds of the drama and how it all started? Like, which is better?
So definitely starting from the beginning, because last year when I started, so they started filming last year, May of 2020, and I filmed my first scene in September. And I think that's why they didn't really like me, because they're like, who the fuck is this nigga? Like, he just coming in here, sitting, and with me, I'm very inquisitive. I always ask a lot of questions, and people don't like that. And me, I'm gonna call people out. If I see something, if I see you doing wrong, I'm gonna call you out. And they just did not like that. They wanted me to sit there and just be quiet, and I'm not that person. And they didn't like me because of that. And a lot of them, they didn't really know me. You know what I'm saying? All they knew about me was that I'm the new guy. And I oftentimes feel like when you're the new person on any show, you often get bullied, made fun of. People just always come for you. But this season, it felt way better being there from day one and meeting everybody and going through everything that everybody has gone through. So,
So what did you take away from season one that helped you be prepared for season two?
what I took away from it was just shut the fuck up and listen, because sometimes when you listen to what people are saying, it's all bullshit. A lot of people just talk to talk. When the cameras come on, they are just saying whatever the fuck they want to say. And a lot of times they're lying just to get a storyline. So that's what I took from season one, and I definitely used it in season two.
Okay. Okay. So the show is called Real Life and Philanthropy. That's what it's called. That's what they called it. And I just want to know, what are you, how philanthropic are you really outside of the show? Show notwithstanding, nothing that y'all do on the show withstanding. Outside of the show, you, Roshane, Roro in the city, how philanthropic are you really, or is it just for the show? Listen, I had to be on this show. They call it Real Life as the Philanthropy, and girl, I'm gonna just do this so I can be on this show.
I feel like the word philanthropy is like such a big ass word. People when they hear it, they're like, "Ooh, like you must be like writing checks to, s- some whatever." But to be a philanthropist just means you care about people, and I've always cared about people. And I've always cared about like mental health. Like I always say, like I'm Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica. My family's Jamaican, and you're from Miami. Like so you know how people from the Caribbean are. When it comes to mental health, they don't really care about that. We don't really talk about mental health and your feelings. If you talk about your feelings, they think you're crazy. They think something is wrong with you. Um, so for me, I just always cared about people. I've always gave back. I've always, helped family members, friends. I just always been there for people. I don't feel like philanthropy is this big thing how a lot of people and a lot
I
of people
mean,
can't even say the word philanthropy.
but
Huh?
by definition, being philanthropic means that you are giving of something. You could be perhaps giving of your time, but definitely when the connotative, not so much denotative, meaning does, go along the lines of monies and or specifically, but time as well. So that's what I'm asking. I'm saying like outside of the show, are you, helping people out with mental health? Are you show giving people, networking with people who can help other people through mental health, or are you showing people where to go, resources that are available to them in that area? Are you an advocate for people who need mental health services and things like that? Can I go to you if I know some people who need mental health services? Because there's a lot of mental health issues going on the show,
Yeah.
and these people on there probably need to be sitting in somebody's chair getting their mental health assessed. So, I mean, do you do that? I mean, is that a part of what you're doing in this, thing?
Yeah, so this new season you are gonna be seeing that. So I started this thing on YouTube, but I started with my friend called it's called Live Uncensored, where we just talk about, childhood trauma, we talk about depression, we talk about social media, we talk about everything. And I feel like talking about it is the first step to anything. And then also I've been trying to get more guests like on my show. It's a doctor that I'm trying to get on my show. I've been talking to her since around June or July. And she just knows so much. And then on top of it, I'm in a relationship, and my boyfriend,
Come
he's
on,
actually
boyfriend.
oh yeah, he's actually right now he's working on his master's degree in like mental health or counseling or whatever it
Is your
is.
boyfriend there? Does he want to say hi to the people?
No, my boyfriend is not here. We don't live
Mm,
together.
He in the
Um
streets. He in the Atlanta streets. No,
Focus. Okay, my boyfriend is not a part of this, but
I understand.
um,
Um, just to help you out, and we'll talk after the show. I know someone who is a doctor, and she and I keep in contact. She's been on reality television as well, but she and I keep in contact all the time. She was on the Bravo show, and we keep in contact all the time. And she works in the field of mental health and stuff like that. And she still does, lives and panels, and she has her own practice and stuff like that. And she's really a really good resource in that area. We'll talk about that after the show. But but yeah, and I thought about her because she actually is in the field and has actually been on reality TV as well.
mm.
So that is
And a lot of people don't understand, like putting your life on display. It's not easy sometimes. It's very, it could be a lot putting your life on display, but
okay. So tell me about the new cast members. I watched all the trailers and
choking. Excuse me.
I understand because I saw something. I said, "Oh dear God, listen." I watched the trailers. I saw the new girls, and I was like, oh.
Girl, let me take my bang out my eye. Okay.
Mhm.
So you just want me to talk about the new girls.
Mhm.
This season, a lot of people from last year, they did not come back.
Who didn't come back? I know who ain't come back, but tell the people who ain't come back.
Gerald, Jerome, Apollo, Carrie, and Tristan. They did not come back.
Carrie really wasn't even on the show anyway. I think she just wanted Yusef to bang her box out with his big old meat. I think that's the only reason she was into the show. But she was only on there for like an episode and a half, really.
So Carrie's actually kind of like the reason why I got on the show. So the rest of the people on the show, they had an audition and all that. For me, I didn't have to do all that. I didn't have to send a tape in and all this stuff. So what happened was our producer, Greg, he had came over to film a scene with me and Carrie. And the thing with Carrie isn't very vocal. She can't really like communicate. Like communication isn't her thing. And I feel like she didn't understand the concept of the show. So
Like
Greg,
I felt bad for her when she was sitting there waiting for Yusef to come. Remember
I
that?
think
You over there waiting, and you came in the room like, "Girl, is he coming?" Like I was like,
I
"What?"
think but you know what, you're right. I think she just wanted to just be on the show to suck Malik sticks, pretty much. That's all she wanted to do. Like she didn't care about philanthropy. She can't really say philanthropy. But anyway, so we filmed the scene with me and Carrie. It was the first scene, and Greg, he was just like, "Wow, I feel like you would be amazing on this show with everybody else. Like you're outspoken, you look good." Well, he didn't say I look good, but I do. And he was just like, "I feel like you'd be a good part. You'll be." I can't concentrate. It's you and this mask. But he was like, I feel like you'd be a good addition to this cast, even though we're almost done wrapping up. So he introduced me to everybody, and the rest was history.
Now, B.R. Burns, who also watched the show, and she would watch my review, she said she's glad Gerald and Jerome didn't come back. Actually, I think it would have been better had they come back because we need a good villain. You got to have a good
We
and
have several villains this
I'm
season.
sure.
Okay.
But my thing
We have
about it,
several.
I like there to be for my villains carry over from the old, the first season. You know what I'm saying? So you could have that continued be like you got history in this. When motherfuckers go to blows and they start windmilling, you be like, yeah, they got some history. Yeah, they got some past indiscretion that they need to get out and box about. But you know what? Contrary to popular belief, I didn't really have a problem with Gerald. Gerald just because Gerald had all his feelings on his shoulders. You knew where Gerald was coming from up front. He didn't hide his feelings. Gerald came right out and said, "This is what it is. This is my problem with you. I don't give a shit if you don't like it or if you don't. This is where I'm at." Whereas Jerome
was more calculated.
I had to peep Jerome from the very beginning. I said from the very beginning, Mama ain't shit.
Yeah,
And
Jerome is definitely more
he
calculated.
was very strategic, and he would always have these ulterior motives. He would do things and say things, all of this stuff. Hey, Jamie, I think isn't Bryson one of the people on the show as well?
Bryson's one of the new people
And
on the
there's
show.
Yusuf, from his maid in Birmingham. Hey, everybody, as y'all come in the room. So, is Darion somebody in the show too?
Darion is in the show
Okay,
also.
hello everybody.
He's one of the
So,
newbies.
see, when I come in, I'm coming with history. I knew the backstory. I know what happened. Y'all gonna get a whole lot of people reviewing the show now that were there from the beginning. I'm here from day one. I ain't new here. I grew here. Okay.
I feel like last season was it was okay, but this season it's just way better. Like I feel like the drama this season, like, and if you really think about it, last season it was the Malik, Gerald, and Jerome show. Nobody else really had like any other beef or drama. Last year was just mainly about Malik, Gerald, and Jerome. Where this year, everybody, even Kwanzaa got into it with somebody.
Kwanzaa got in the
Kwanzaa got into it with
Baby
somebody. I got
Kwanzaa
into it with somebody.
surgery,
Jamie,
baby.
Malik.
Kwanzaa got her new body, and Kwanzaa is ready to box the kids. I ain't mad at it. Show off the new body, Kwanzaa. Get it, bitch. Will we have a scene like last year where we have to endure people sitting in an empty living room on lawn furniture,
No,
scratching
no,
off $2?
no. Everybody has furniture. Furniture. We all have furniture, baby.
I'm
We
not
all have
talking
furniture in our
about you.
apartments.
I ain't talking about you.
No, but I'm talking about the people. Okay, I felt like last season in my Mia voice was kind of low budget.
Wait. Hold on. This is why I love my chat. So organic. So why is BR Burns reporting from the chat that allegedly, this is allegedly, Jerome got a DWI in New Orleans when the cast went on the New Orleans trip?
So I heard about that. I came in the season like really late last year, so I wasn't there. But Carrie, who's my roommate, she told me about it. Malik told me about it. Production told me about it. Um, but I don't know the details. And the only thing I know was he did not want it to be a part of the show. He begged production
Not
not to
that.
talk about it. So
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. Come on, BR
yeah.
Burns is exclusive. See, this is why this is exclusive interview. So we have confirmed that there was a DWI. Annie. Child,
Wait, how do these people even know this? Like, what?
child.
Like,
My
how do y'all even know?
subscribers be on it, okay? My subscribers, they know things, okay? Anyway, so this is, and so I hope that you communicate to the new cast members. I come into this with a clean slate. If you give me all good stuff, I'm just talking about all good stuff. I just call it as I see it. I don't come out of pocket at nobody unless you give me a reason to. And then I might, say something. Now, let me ask you this. What, because well, maybe you can't go into it, and I guess we'll wait till the season. But I saw, or what I thought I saw was you and Jamie going at it in the scene. Jamie don't bother nobody. Jamie's the good one. Jamie's the nice one. Why aren't you over here ready to windmill in your pink suit? Like you trying to put the Easter bunny out there to the Houston. With Jamie, can you tell us, or do we need to wait for the season?
I'm gonna tell you as much as I possibly can tell you.
Jamie is in
So,
the chat, so he's here to
hey Jamie. Um, so with me and Jamie, it was like a build up, It's like a multiple little things. But we have to go back to last season. So last season, me and Malik, we did like a review on the show, and I said that one of Jamie's scenes was it was just very long and boring. Like the scene was very long and boring. Not Jamie. Jamie thought I said that he's boring. So that was actually, that's the second thing. The very first thing where I told you nobody didn't really care for me because I came in so late. Everybody felt like they built this brotherhood. They were there from day one. And here's this bitch just coming in from Florida, this Jamaican bitch coming in, just shaking it up. So I felt like everybody didn't like that. And then Jamie was upset at me because he thought I said that he was boring. And then the third thing was I think this was in May when he came on your show to do the live. My friends were in the live and they were saying a lot of shit about Jamie. And Jamie didn't really like that. And then the fourth thing.
So you talk about the interviews that I did with Jamie last year. I mean, earlier.
Yeah, it was earlier
It was
this year. Like
earlier
my
this
friends were in
year.
the live just
You had your friends in the chat dragging Jamie. You thought he
no,
was going to be okay with it.
no.
You
And
got your
that's the thing. No. That's the misunderstanding. And
oh,
production even said that to me too. They thought that it was me, that I was a mastermind behind it. I'm like, no, like my friends were up in the comments just saying whatever they had to say. And I was actually telling them to stop. I was like, chill, like, don't do that. And then the fourth thing was this season, Jamie brought a friend onto the show. And how do I tell you without not telling you? It's pretty much like a game of telephone, pretty much. I said something and then more people added on little pieces and more to it. So when it got to him, it was way bigger than, what it was. And I wanted to tell Jamie's friend myself, but I never got an opportunity to tell Jamie's friend because Jamie told him. So when you saw me with
that's
the
what a
pink
friend is
suit,
supposed to do. I don't know what you mad at Jamie for, because if you over here talking about my friend, guess what I'm finna do? Get on my phone.
right.
You know these hoes out here talking about you. Girl, let me tell you what they said. And it's
So
gonna be a extra sauce on it because that's my motherfucking dog. And when I tell my dog, it's gonna be extra sauce on it. You have to be prepared for that. And
So
let me
as I
give you some of
said,
that advice, bro. Listen, Roshane,
so
listen
so
to me.
no, so as I said, it's a collection of things, and then also the night of our birthday party, because it was me and Malik's birthday, and we had like this birthday dinner.
I ain't getting no
Jamie
invite to this birthday party,
Jamie
but
came in there with the attitude, so
I'm
it
gonna leave
was
that later.
all, so it was everything, and then on top of that, we were
I
drinking.
ain't get an invite to this birthday party, but I'll cuss you and Malik out later for that. I get a damn invite.
Next year, you could definitely come next year to our birthday.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mm.
so it was just a collection of everything. It was just
You know, is I guess Malik's birthday party is on this season as well because remember Malik's birthday was a whole situation last season.
right.
So there a whole other situation this year because of Malik's birthday. Malik's birthday always sparks some foolishness. Let me give you some advice. Listen to me. You're not gonna take my advice, but listen to me, okay? Listen to me good.
I'm listening.
Let us reviewers be reviewers and y'all be cast members. I always say you should not be on a show reviewing said show because as a reviewer, you got to really go in and call it as you see it and tell what you see. But the unfair part of it is all of the behind the scenes, some backstories, and you have intimate details that a reviewer like myself would never have until I do like an interview or something like this. And so it's kind of not fair. And then other people on the show are gonna feel some kind of way
Which
and
they
go
did.
and they feel it. And so I always tell people if you're on a show, don't review your own show. Let it you put the content out there and let it be like what it is. It would be like me reviewing my own reviews. Like it would be like me adding commentary on my own reviews that which you all would be like, wait, what? Why are you in the comment section commenting about your own
About your
review?
show.
You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't. That would make. And so I'm going to give you that. That's my advice to you. Let
But
us
the
review.
reason why I did a review last year was because I came in so late. A lot of this I didn't even know about. I did not know about half of everything, So that's why I did a review this year. No, I'm not doing a review on the show because no, that I know
Do
way too
you
much.
miss any of the old cast members? Do you miss any of the old? Are you like You know what? I wish so and so was still on the cast.
You know what? I actually wish that Jerome came back this season because you didn't really care for Jerome, but I feel like
Oh, but I would
Jerome.
love for Jerome. Listen, I love Jerome's character on the show. He had a purpose. I love a good villain. And the reason that I like Jerome's style of being a villain, hey Markel, is the fact that he was calculated in it and he put thought into, being a villain. It wasn't like it wasn't just a regular fly by night what you see all the time. You could see he had to put some thought into that and say, yeah, this is what we gonna do. This is how we gonna fuck them. I was here for it. So I would have loved for Jerome to come back. I love a good person I could drag, by these skull. If I could skull, listen, I love a good skull dragon that I can unsheath on the viewing public. So I was here for Jerome coming back. I wanted him to come back, but
I feel
unfortunately,
like Jerome would have like this season. We would have probably we probably would have seen a different side to Jerome this season. But for whatever reason, he just didn't want to come back. I think it's because Gerald didn't want to come back. He was like, "Well, if Gerald's not coming back, I'm not coming back." Because they were like sister, sister. They were like this. So that's what I personally think. But I think it would have been great
they
if he
bumping
just
uglies.
come back. Huh?
Was they bumping uglies?
Look, I don't know. Okay, I do not know what's going on. Roshane does not know. Okay, and I don't care.
Child, girl, child. So let me. Are the new girls ready for? Because listen, I've given up reviewing these type of shows, but I do still have a small place in my heart for real life philanthropy. Philanthropy. So it'll be the only show of this kind that I will continue to do my due diligence with and review from week to week. Are the new girls prepared?
So it's four new
It,
girls, and I
it's not. It's not. I'm not. I don't come from a place of hate. I don't know these people. I'm not coming from. I just call it as I see it. I say, listen. If you around here in a lawn chair in an empty ass living room, scratching off $2 lottery tickets, and then the next about somebody else's house, and if I found somebody else got evicted, I be trying to make sense of it all.
right.
You over here telling people you a model and you the king of beauty, but the outfits you have on look like
The thrift store.
girl, girl look like Rainbow Bright vomited on top of herself or something. I don't know. Girl, I be trying to make sense.
Well, this season, I would like what I said earlier. I feel like everybody understood the assignment. The four new people that's new this year, they're all very different. They're all some of them are just really messy. It's one in particular that's just super messy. And when that episode come out, you're gonna be like, whoa, you're gonna be like, this is just way too much. It like for me, I think it was like next
You know,
level. It
got
was beyond last year.
my
Yeah, you're gonna need several of those. You're gonna need
I'm gonna have to do one of these numbers where I put on multiple face masks like this, to
Mhm.
for every. All right, we ready.
Yeah, it's one in particular. I just feel like she is just. You know what? No, I take it back. It's no. It's three of. It's like one is really, really, really messy. One is just messy, and one is sometimes messy, and then one is like really like cool. I'm not gonna name any names, but they know who they are.
So meat talk was a good talk of last. We talked. Y'all talked about meat a lot. Well, not y'all, but you was there half of last season. But there was a lot of talk of meat last season, particularly Malik's meat. I see that they have a snippet of Malik's OnlyFans that he did, and is that's supposed to be on the show? I saw that scene he did with Hakuna Bad and OnlyFans on his OnlyFans channel. I'm not gonna tell y'all how I saw it. Don't worry about how I saw it, but I saw it. I seized everything. Anyway, any new cast members we need to be worried about? They meat being all over our screens and stuff. Because I'm still kind of traumatized from season 2 last season. where I had to go back when they were talking about the meat, and I went back and I looked. I said, "Oh, that is a meat." I said, "Oh, well, what is happening here? Oh, dear God." Anybody?
Um, well, that I don't really know, but I do know the conversation of meat, ass, nipples. This season, I feel like everybody just really horny, and there's like a big like scandal between two cast members. What
You
happened?
cast members be bumping uglies. They get it
It
down.
was a. I don't know. You gotta watch. Like, just gotta watch. Like, I don't want to
Okay,
spill the
that's right.
beans. You just gotta watch.
Don't give it all up.
I'm not,
But
but
because the
this
girl,
season,
like their girl, like are they using a double sided dildo or something? Who's zooming who? You know, Hate Retha made the whole song. Who's zooming who? Who's zooming who? Okay, I need to know. If but they all look like they bumping purses or something like that. Is this a double sided dildo?
I'm not gonna give you too much because I
Don't
feel
give
like I
me too
already
much.
said
This
a lot
I
already.
for
But
this
just
season.
know this season it's a lot. Like the girls are just horny. I feel like this new season, everybody just really horny.
There's no problem with people being horny. We're all horny. So,
No, these girls are just really. Every conversation goes back to sex. It goes back
mm,
to dick. It goes back to fucking in Texas. It's just go back to that. I just feel like they just need to get laid. Everybody on the show need to get laid, except for me because I'm good in that department.
well, what has been life been like since you've been on this show? I mean, is the DMs full? Is your boyfriend screening every DM that comes in your Instagram or something like that, where he has to worry about your vaginas being spread all over the greater Atlanta area? There's a reason that the Center for Disease Control is headquartered in Atlanta because these girls be doing a whole lot. But what has life been like since the show? Like when you go to the club, do the people be like, "Oh, that's such and such"? I mean, I don't know.
Well, you know what? To be honest, I haven't really gotten any of that. It's been a couple people in my DMs hitting me up, but like this was before me and my boyfriend were together. Like a couple people like hitting me up, but
Yeah,
I
clean
feel like
it
this
up. You know
season,
your boyfriend gonna watch this, so go ahead and clean it up. Go
um,
ahead and see it before, yo.
no. This was like months.
You already
This was
know
like way back there.
you're
Um,
way before.
yeah, it was like in
But just
1998. It
like
was a
our
long time
granola
ago.
bar, just like the granola bar, you told him to wipe off his nose. That wasn't a bump. That wasn't from the bump that he took. That was granola
You
bar.
still don't believe me. You still don't believe me that was just a granola bar.
No. We got people that were there. Jamie and Yusuf is in the chat. They was there. Everybody know he had just came from a good bump. And you were like, girl.
Leave Apollo alone. But
I
to
love
answer,
I don't want people to think I got a problem. I have no problem with Apollo. I love Apollo. Apollo is cool with me. But if I know people who take bumps all the time. I just be like, girl, leave that away from me. You know, I don't do drugs. I don't do nothing. Girl, go ahead and do your bump. Do whatever you got to do. Make sure you sane when you come back. Okay, and we'll leave it alone. Girl, and I would tell a good friend of mine, hey, girl, you missed this spot. Bitch. Take shit off. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
It happens.
you're trouble. You are trouble.
Anyway, so you say the people that have been on your DMs. Okay.
I mean,
Nope.
not now. I want to make that clear. That this was months ago. This was when my episode aired. It was a few people in my DMs. But what I do think though is I think this season, I feel like season 2, I feel like we're all gonna be getting people in our DMs because sometimes I forgot the cameras were there this season. I was just talking and doing shit like, so I know we're gonna get a lot of people in our DMs, some good and some bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially some more than others, definitely.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anything you want to just put out there to the people now. I mean, how big is this? Since we just expect the people to do. You told me I can ask you anything, and on this channel, we always ask people. So, how big is your meat? That's a
Do
question
you
that
just
we
want to see it? I mean, I could just pull my pants down right
know.
now and just
On
show it.
YouTube,
I
you
mean,
can't do that, but in the after party, you can come up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, hold on. Well, let me do this. If anybody from the show
oh
wants
Lord.
on in the after party where we're off screen. We ain't gonna be on screen. We're gonna be off screen, off live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can come up. And, matter of fact, let me get my computer. I'm gonna put the link in the
Oh
chat.
Lord, you know what? Let me drink my bottle of tequila. let me just let me just take a shot of my tequila.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna take a shot. I got a shot. I'm gonna take over here. Anyway, while I'm doing that. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
oh,
Sorry, I was watching something and somebody was cussing somebody out. You know, be watching different things. And anyway, um, so hold on, people in the chat. I'm about to put the cast members in the chat. I'm about to put it there in a minute. All right. My next question was um anything you want to warn us about of that, you know, because sometimes being on a show such as this, you don't get the opportunity to have an interview like this where you can speak to the viewers before everything comes out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't get to talk until after something happens, and then you got to try and clean it up or do damage control and all of that afterwards. Anything that you say, nah, I do want to say this part so y'all know that it wasn't like what y'all gonna see. Nah, this ain't, it ain't all that. Or is it just, girl, just watch and it is what it is?
it's
You know.
I feel like it's a little bit of both. I feel like just watch because people are gonna talk shit regardless. But I do feel like you are gonna be triggered this season by some of the conversations, by some of the things. You are gonna be shocked with some of our conversations, some of our fights. You're gonna be like, "Wow, I can't believe that this person actually said this on this platform." Wow, you're gonna be shocked. But regarding me, I feel like the only thing what I want to like clarify is the thing with me and Jamie, because Jamie is a nice guy, and I feel like when people watch that episode, I'm gonna look like the villain. I'm gonna look like the villain because I stood up on the motherfucking table and I was like, "Bitch, what's up?" But the thing is, sometimes when you sweep all your issues like under the rug, you know what I'm saying? It like comes out. And last season, me and Jamie, we had issues. We had issues. We had several issues. What people don't really know about. So I feel like watching it, a lot of people they're not gonna understand. I'm gonna look like I'm this bad guy, but it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It happened.
I just put the link in the chat for those people that are on this show that want to come to the after party. This is only for cast members. This is not for everybody else. Just for
Oh
we gonna
Lord.
but not clearly. Well, I mean, Jamie is a nice person, and you know.
Jamie is a nice person, but the day of the event, he was having a bad day. Jamie was just having a really bad day.
One of my subscribers asked the question: has your family said anything or came at you any kind of way about how you were presented on the show, or maybe even your friends? Like, have people you known watched the show, be it family and or friends, and said, bruh, what was that? What was that?
I feel like last season, no, because like last season I was just I was trying to protect Malik and defend him, but this season I know people are gonna be like, Roshane, you were wrong for that. Why did you do that? But at the end of the day, I'm grown. I'm an adult, so I don't give a fuck about what family and friends have to say. Point blank. Period. It is. I mean, it's what it is. You could be the nicest person out there, and people will still have something negative to say. So
Like me, I'm one of the nicest people on here, and people be coming at my throat. My throat.
exactly. So I mean, it's reality TV, like what I
Wait,
said.
Malik
Sometimes we forget
said
the
the
cameras is in.
rumors are true, or are they? What rumors?
Oh, wait, who said that?
Malik,
You know, let me spill
what
some
the
tea. This
rumors?
season, me and Malik, we're gonna fight this season, okay? Because I'm playing. I like Malik. So that's what I was talking about earlier. It's a little bit of a rumor. Something happened in Texas. some
Y'all had with one of the
scandal.
hot boys. Y'all was over there banging uglies with the hot boys in Texas. Because I know
Mm,
y'all went to Houston. I know y'all went to Houston. So I know y'all hung out with the hot boys. We saw that all over social media.
all I gotta say was Texas, Houston, Texas. That was wild. It was like literally that could be the whole season. Like it was emotional. It was fights. We bonded. We cried.
I
It
saw
was
somebody with dish ragging and mollywopping somebody in a car. Like I saw somebody with the car door open and bitches was like, God, I was like, oh bitch, bitch, bitch. Oh God.
Texas was wild. Texas, yeah,
Oh,
that was. Well,
oh,
yeah, just watch.
oh. Like, I'm like, oh dear God.
Mm.
Oh, listen. If you are on the cast, now is the time to click the link to get backstage because we're about to get off in a few moments to go to the after party. So if you wanted to come to the after party and you in the cast, now is the time to click the link because we about to get off in a few moments. So final question. Final question. Well, this is not the final question. The second to last question. What is what do I have to look forward to for season two? And I know that's a hard question from you. What do I have to look forward to from you in season two?
Oh, from me, not from the. Wait, you're asking for the
Well,
show or from me?
I'll say it'll be two parts from you and from the show as a whole.
So from the show, you're going to see a lot of philanthropy work. One thing I say about everybody is everybody, whatever space they're in, we all definitely try to give back. Whether it's mental health, whether it's HIV/AIDS, whether it's like music and the arts, we're all pushing for that to give back. But with that being said, there's also a lot of fights, drama. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's all that.
Listen,
Uh,
I'm here for the sex. I might be even here to look to the side while y'all taking a bump and you telling people to wipe it. But what I'm not here for, and I'm just letting you know now, if and when the fight happens, I'm gonna drag for everything it's worth because I think that when we air that type of violence, it proliferates stereotypes that people have at this point
right, on black people.
us in the Rainbow Coalition. And I just don't like that for us. Like we're so much better than that. And for all of the good work that we see that you all are doing in philanthropy and in that area, I hate to see that sullied with, fighting and carrying on and windmilling and motherfuckers bleeding and all kinds of other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just
Well, there
that's a
is gonna be fights on for there. Well, there's one fight, unfortunately. But my thing is, when you get 8 different people from different parts of the United States and different type of gays, because all gays are so different, you know what I'm saying? Or just people, there's gonna be drama, there's gonna be tension. It just naturally happens. And the fight, what happened, nobody expected that to happen. It was just, for me, I felt like that fight was just more of like an emotional fight. It was just, I'm emotional, I'm just gonna take out my anger, but you just gotta stay tuned. But your second question, for me, I feel like this season you are going to see way more of me. Last season, people didn't really see me. I was in 3 episodes, but you're going to see me talk about mental health. You're going to see me talking about live and uncensored, what I do with my friends. You're even going to see a little bit of my relationship play out, and my friendships will be tested also. You're going to see, you know, a demise of a really good friendship also play out.
I
So
know that I got from production that you all are having an event on the 28th of this month.
yes.
Want to speak out, say anything about that because I said and I got to check my schedule and see if I can make it. But on that, the 28th is a Sunday, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Um, I think it's a I think it's a Saturday actually, but The event, we are giving back to the community. We're giving back to the youth. This is
No,
geared.
I just look. It's definitely a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Okay. So it's geared to the youth. We are going to, every season we want to do a event. And last season they were supposed to do an event too, because this is a real life and philanthropy. So we're all coming together to do an event for the youth. We're going to be focused on mental health. We're going to be focused on, finances and health and sex. And we want to make it fun. We want to make it for the kids. We want to make it entertaining. We want to make it a learning experience for the youth, because the youth, I sound cheesy, but they're our future. And I feel like when I was growing up, I didn't really know anything about the LGBTQ world. I learned everything from other gays who I met throughout my life. So we're just going to be coming in a space and talking about everything. There's going to be performances. There's going to be I think we're going to have a counselor. We're going to have a mental health counselor. There's going to be speakers, and there's going to be food.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check my schedule and see what it looks like for that day. If I can make it, I can. That's way down south, way far from me. I'm on way the north end,
Me
and that's
too.
down in I'm over in Sandy Springs
Me
area.
too.
They way down. That's way down.
Yeah, that's all the way down there.
Down.
But
In the
yeah, you should definitely come and check it out.
That's
This is
the
our first
Gerald
event.
part of, I call that the Gerald part of Atlanta. Where you be slumming it up. It's like that with $2 scratch offs, scratching them off. I'm never gonna get over the $2 scratch
Yeah,
off.
that scene was hilarious.
What is this?
But I heard that he won like $500 though that night. That's what I heard.
I hope he did, because
That's
baby
what I
mama was
heard.
scratching off them scratch off like it was the last time. I spent 20 minutes on my review dragging Gerald and that apartment and them scratch off. I spent a lot of time dragging a lot of people last season. But
You
anyway,
did. You did. You definitely did. You dragged
don't
me
do
a couple times, but it's all good.
I ain't do you that bad.
True,
Now
true, true. Okay.
Jerome might can say that. Gerald might can say that. Even Apollo might can say that, because I remember that episode where he brought everybody over his daddy house, and then daddy said, "Who the fuck are these people? Get them the fuck out of my house." I was like, "Oh,
I
bitch."
felt like, so as I was saying, I felt like last season it was, and production is gonna kill me, but I felt like last season was kind of low budget. I feel like this
Don't do
season,
that. Don't do production like that.
I
You
feel
know what?
like
It was
hold
a
on,
first season. The first season of every show is
it's
always,
bad,
it's a trial and error, and it was the
but
first. And
but
I love the fact that it was not as well put together and well scripted, and it was raw. I feel like you got more real emotions. Like, I really feel like, if I'm really being honest about season 2, some of the girls are gonna be putting on just because the cameras are on,
oh
and
yes, oh
they
yes,
just because they know they're on a show, as opposed to maybe last season where you got more of real, authentic, like, hey, this how you know what I'm saying?
right.
So that's just how I feel. Shout out to production,
But
because
when I say low budget, it's not just from production. Low
but
budget was also the
Candace Dillard,
people, huh?
because Candace Dillard was accused of being low budget on Real Housewives of Potomac, so people get real
It
sensitive about.
was low budget. The cast last year, I felt like a lot of them were just, with Gerald being in his apartment without furniture. Come on, like you could have shot that scene somewhere else. Like, why are you in an empty apartment? So when I say low budget, it's not just production. It's actually mainly the cast of last year. I feel like this year the
So you
cast, we
call
definitely stepped it up.
Let the record show that Roshane said the cast last year was low budget.
I
Oh,
said it. I said it. This season, it's more. There's a budget this season. Last season, it was just, yeah, the cast. Production did a good job capturing that, but this season is a little bit more. No, not a little bit. It's way better. It's like
shout
10
out to
times.
your silk pink suit that you had on. Was that silk that you had on?
No, it wasn't silk. It wasn't silk.
Oh, it
That
looked
wasn't silk.
shiny and glossy. Like it was pink silk suit or something that you had on. And I said, did he have a whole pink outfit? You know, I'm gonna drag you a little bit about this pink
It was
outfit.
her birthday, so
I
that's
have
what.
a
So
whole situation where where
so
what's the
that's
name of
gonna
the
come up
next
too. My pink
Pepto
suit's gonna
Bismol?
come up.
You gonna be Pepto Bismol for that for that episode. I'm just letting you know. You gonna be Pepto Bismol. I'm just telling you know.
And I look fantastic. Okay. When I stepped in, everybody was like, wow, I love your suit. So we went to this establishment where everybody was other, like they weren't our color. And when I walked in, everybody was like, wow, I love your outfit. Oh my
You're
God, I
getting the
love it.
advice of white people. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's be clear. You are letting white people dictate what is and is not fashionable for you. I just
No,
want
no,
to
no, 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 no. For me, it was fashionable. I felt like it
because
was
the
my
white people,
birthday.
the same white people who put raisins in their
I
potato
felt
salads, those
I
white people.
felt amazing. No, I was just saying I was getting compliments. I was getting compliments the whole night because after
They,
that we
white
went
people
somewhere else.
want to compliment you because you have melanin and they want to fetishize you and they want you to dig up in a box.
Ugh, ugh. Why does everything go back to sex?
You got to
But
ask, not
back
me.
to my
Don't
pink
ask me.
outfit
That's
though.
it.
I love my pink outfit. It was my birthday and I felt like I served the areas. But
I
that's
ain't
gonna
get
come
to
up
invite to
too.
that birthday party either, but that's a whole different situation. Anyway, um, sir, my last question is: do you have any questions or expectations from me?
Um no, just keep doing what you're doing. I feel like when our show come out, you are gonna love it. You're gonna hate it. There's gonna be some parts where you're gonna hate. You're gonna be shocked. I'm gonna shock you. The things that we all say is gonna shock you. There's one person in particular that's gonna blow you back to Miami, Florida. You're gonna be like, you know what? I'm moving back to Miami. This is way too much. But it was a good season.
I don't get shocked. I don't get blown
You're
away.
gonna be shocked. I feel like you're
Listen,
gonna be shocked.
you say don't set the bar here, and when I see it, I'm gonna be like, "Girl, that's what you was talking about."
You're gonna
You
be shocked.
know, I am
Trust
from
me.
Miami. I have big expectations. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I have a lot. So I, I, don't set the bar here, child. Mm.
It's just it's a lot of ghetto
I
shit
just
this
want you to
season
know
too.
you should have said Pepto Bismol would be befitting because oh, you was with the shits that night.
And I served the areas. Like I definitely did. Oh, everybody's come from my pink outfit. I felt like I was
Mm.
not I know I was best dressed that night. I mean, period. I
Whatever
was.
you have to tell yourself to sleep at night, go ahead and do
I
that.
I definitely was.
Pat, once again, do you have any questions for me? Anything for me?
I have no questions. I felt like we talked about a lot, but you did ask me though. We didn't get a chance for it. You were like, describe the four new people on the show, and the four new castmates, and I was trying to describe them. If you still want me to.
Well, go ahead. I'm here for it.
Okay, so there's four new people
Because y'all
on the show.
apparently still got episodes to film, and y'all still got a reunion. You need to tell production I need to have my press invite to the reunion because I didn't get an invite to last year's reunion, and I was the only one reviewing the show, and I didn't even get an invite to the reunion.
You are definitely invited to our reunion.
God,
Definitely.
when I talk to production, I'm gonna cuss them out anyway. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so there's four new people on the show. The first one is Darion. Darion, he's fun. Darion's sex positive. He is fun. He's outgoing. Very funny, but he's bring a lot of drama. The second person is Ty. Ty is the youngest. Ty is a baby of the group. Ty, I feel like Ty is very smart. Like academically, he's very smart, but I feel like emotionally he's not, and his age definitely, in my opinion, plays a role this season. And then who else? And then there's Bryson. Oh Lord, Bryson. Bryson's a mess. Bryson, he is Jamie's friend, and
Right?
that's why me.
Chat, mama might drive up to your area and drag you out your house.
Girl, fuck that hoe, bitch. You know
Oh,
where I stay,
oh,
but
but- oh.
Bryson. But I'll say this though, Bryson. I'm happy that production brought him on because he brings a lot, you know. And then who else? And then there's Devontae. So Devontae, I brought Devontae on to the show. Devontae's a city girl. She's from Florida like us. She's,
Wait, what part of Florida?
she's from West Palm Beach.
Oh, as you go higher up, your level of South Florida-ness, because there's a whole South Florida there. When you get to Palm Beach, unless you're from Del Rey area, you
Mm-hmm.
and some other areas in Palm Beach, I look at you sideways. I'm from Palm Beach. I mean, what part of Palm Beach? Because if you don't say like Del Rey, what's the other area of Palm Beach? Over
It's
there by
Riviera.
over by Palm Beach Lakes High School is a lot of us around there. Around Suncoast High School area, it's a lot of us around there too.
But I feel like South Florida, in my opinion, is just
But
Fort
when you
Lauderdale and
leave
Miami.
South Florida, it's all the same. Like we claim everybody. Once you leave South Florida, if you're from the Tri-County area, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, you kind of know, they from, you won't want to fuck with them because we
But Palm Beach,
and I
for
and
me, Palm Beach just don't really count as South Florida. I don't
oh,
know. I don't really consider it South Florida. When I think of South Florida, I think of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, period.
oh,
But Devontae, she's a city girl. I brought her onto the show.
I'm a city girl too. I'm from Liberty City, born and raised. So
She's from Riviera Beach, I believe. Devontae, she brings the drama. She definitely brings the drama, but not in the beginning. In the very end, you're gonna see something play out with her. But yeah, that's the new people, and then of course, it's the old people: me, Jamie, Kwanzaa, and Malik. So
okay, all
yeah.
right. I have enjoyed interviewing you, and this probably won't be our last interview because I'm sure I'll reach out to you at some point in the season and say, "Bitch, get your ass over here," because we
The
need to talk about
episode,
such and such that happened. We need to talk about this.
the episode with a pink suit, bring me back on so I could defend my fashion choice,
Mm-mm-mm.
okay? Because I still, to this day, I love that pink suit. I was the best dressed that fucking night, and that's on period. I look better than everybody
I
else.
mean, even if you decide, listen, hey, you can reach out to me too and say, "Hey, L Teddy, I want to come on. I want to talk about some shit. Not in the
Okay.
episode. I need to come on and explain some shit." Because sometimes we do need to know. Sometimes we can all I have to go by is what I see on the screen. And I'm not privy to some of the background stories or some of the things that happened that didn't make it off the editing room floor. So you definitely you and all of the other cast members, y'all always have a platform here to come and speak on these and we can talk and be about the business of these kinds of stuff. I that is all we have for y'all today. We about to get out of here and go to the after party and do some things that people do in the after party. You know what I'm saying? As all, any last words for my for the viewers and my subscribers and all of the people who may watch this, Roshane?
Please make sure y'all subscribe to the Real Life and Philanthropy. Our new season's coming out December 7th. It's gonna be a ghetto ass mess, okay? And it's definitely not low budget this season. Um,
Wow,
please just check it out. It's gonna be amazing this season.
wow. Okay, well, let me say, as I always say to my subscribers, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. It is much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all know I love doing interviews as much as I love doing reviews. I love doing interviews. I've interviewed some great people, some people I never thought I would be able to interview. I've interviewed, and so I definitely am appreciative of being able to interview you as well, Roshane. And hopefully, this isn't the last time. And with that, we will be off. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We are out of here, and we're going to the after party.